Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be showing you how I tint my eyebrows at home. So I don't do this very often, but I just do it occasionally because you can kind of see how my eyebrows are naturally. I've just got really minimal makeup on and nothing on my eyebrows, which is why you can probably tell my neck's a bit darker than my face because I have fake tan on and it's sort of faded off my face, and also you can kind of see all the redness coming through my face. So before we get into the video, please be sure to subscribe, and if you like this sort of content, please let me know what you would like to see from me and I'll be sure to do that. So yeah, let's just get on with the video. So I use the Eyelaw Dye Brow Permanent Tint for Brows in dark brown. It says that it lasts up to 6 weeks, under 15-minute application and up to 12 applications. So you may be able to tell that my natural eyebrows are quite sparse and the hairs are actually quite dark. They're like the same as my roots, but they just aren't very thick. One thing I definitely recommend, like do it 100%, is a patch test in the back of your ear, I think, or on your inner elbow, just to make sure you're not allergic. But one thing it does say is that you should pluck your eyebrows 72 hours or 48 hours before you do it, just because of like sensitivity. I've done it on the like literally just before I've dyed them and been absolutely fine. So I haven't actually done this that many times at home, but I just liked how it looked and I thought that I'd share it. You can literally just do it with what's in the box, but I tend to use like other brushes as well. So I just use a clear lip balm. You can use Vaseline because you'll need to like put that around your eyebrows. You'll need a cotton pad for the end to wipe it off, and then for in terms of brushes, it's kind of up to you. You get a spoolie in it, which I do recommend using. But I've also got these 3 brushes. 2 of them are like eyebrow ones, one's a thicker one, which I think I'll use that one, and one's just a like really tiny like eyeshadow brush. And I also just have 2 little cotton buds in here because they are handy, especially if you're trying to like, if you make a mess, just clean it up. So yeah, so I literally just take it on a, this is like run out, which is why I'm using this, but any sort of thing. Okay, you basically want to put this like just around your eyebrow, but it will stop it like sticking to your skin. You get like one of the, you can't see it, you get like a little spoolie, you get the activator, and you get the colour cream. So you need 2 centimeters of the cream, 5 drops of the solution of the activator. The way it tells you to do it on the instructions is to do one eye, wait the length and then take it off, then do the other eye and then take it off. But the way I like to do it is just to do both at the same time. So I just put roughly that on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is the quickest that's ever come out of there. And this is the point where I feel like having a brush is handier than the spoolie. A brush like this, because you can use this to mix it together. It always looks like though it's not enough at all, but you really don't need that much. I will use the spoolie that comes with it. I will sort of try and get some of it on like the end because you're gonna obviously spread it out. And I basically put like a base layer on both eyebrows so that you've kind of got that base. So one thing you will find when you're doing this is that it's quite liquidy at first. So when you're trying to layer it to get a really nice thick layer, it almost just ends up like rubbing it off, if that makes sense, when you try and layer it. But once it starts drying, you can start to layer it a bit more. I've never actually done this, not sitting at my desk. So this is weird. And I normally pluck my eyebrows before I do this as well. And I haven't this time, which may have been a mistake. But I didn't feel like they looked too bad. But for me, the reason I'm tinting them isn't because they're light, it's because they're sparse. So for me, just brushing through to darken the hairs isn't what I want. I want it to sort of dye the skin as well, which that does end up washing off. And like I say, I just go onto the other eyebrow just to get it started and get it like start like developing basically. I don't know if that's what it'd be called for this, but we're going with it. And then I go with this like cheap eBay brush, which is like an angled one, but it's kind of thick at the same time. And I'm gonna try and like use that to like pack it on a bit more. But you also have to try and like do it quite quickly. And you can kind of see the difference in the 2 eyebrows now. This one has more of a shape. And it's more on the skin. I still want it darker than this, and by the way, this will get dark when it starts to dry. So I literally, this is the point where I will keep going back and forth with like all the different brushes. Something I also recommend doing is to keep like going through, I haven't done this yet, but to make sure you keep going through with the spoolie, because you want to like brush the hairs out so you can make sure it's the right shape. It's also going to distribute the product as well. So as you can see, I had a big line across the top there, but now it's kind of gone. Okay, so that's kind of how I'm going to leave it, I reckon. What I normally would do, so it says to leave it on for 5 to 10 minutes, but if you want like maximum results, put it in for, leave it on for 10. So that's normally what I do, and obviously it's taken me a while to put this on. Like you see, it's already starting to get darker. It starts off pretty light. So it's currently 11:55. So I am going to leave this on until 12:05, and then I'm going to wipe it off. So I have had this on for, I think it's about 15 minutes at this point. I kind of left it on for a little bit longer, I got distracted. I didn't actually end up topping up any bits, I just left it as it was. Yeah, so all I have to do now is get a wet cotton pad, and you just want to wipe it off in like this direction. And that is literally the last step. How this is going to go, you literally just want to wipe upward. I don't know why you're meant to wipe upward, but I think there's a reason. And then I'm not going to today, but I would normally then go through and do it again. I'm not going to do that just because I don't feel like I necessarily need to. But from looking right now, what I would do, like as you can see, they're a lot more bold and filled in than they were at the beginning of the video. So for me, this is like amazing. I would want to do it just one more time, and I would maybe do a little bit more on the front of this one, just to make it more, because this one's a lot bolder at the front. I would probably put a little bit more at the front, but then I'd also fill in a few little gaps that are in this one. My eyebrows look pretty okay now. And they look like they either are naturally like more bushy, or that they're filled in a little bit. And especially if you have no makeup on. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, like and comment, and let me know anything else you want to see from me. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!